Hey guys, how are you? So today I want to show you how we can generate $1 million pipelines with LinkedIn and Heyreach. We do this for a lot of clients. We run multi-channel campaigns for almost all of our clients. We got like tremendous success on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is really a good channel when you have like an offer with a high average contract value, for example, 10,000 above. The connection and reply rate is usually higher than email, way higher, not even comparable. But of course, we have less volume, so it needs to be done specifically for decision makers, for people that are ready to buy and that are exactly in your target market. So something important, I will give you like the example of this client for which we generated. This is the HubSpot over almost 2 million pipeline. This was in the first 3 months only. We generated 2 million pipelines, and this is all from LinkedIn and Heyreach. So we just used Heyreach, Clay, and Heyreach to generate almost 2 million pipeline in 3 months. And the cool thing is that we run through Heyreach a lot of tests. We ran a lot of tests to see exactly what was going to work better. What we found out was really interesting, So we tested two different things: test A and test B. Test A was a test with a blank connection, while test B was a connection directly with the pitch. Now you will have heard the thing that like the best thing is to send connection requests that are blank. This is like the usual, the typical guideline, right? Send a connection request that is blank because like the acceptance rate will be higher. And yeah, that's true. I mean, like you will get a higher acceptance rate. You will definitely get a higher acceptance rate. But my question is the acceptance rate, is more people in your connections actually your goal? Most likely it's not. So we run like these two tests, test A, where we send a blank connection, followed by a pitch in the message number one, and test B, connection with the pitch directly. What do I mean with pitch? I mean that we stated what was our goal, what was that we did, what was our offer. We tested a lot, like different ways, of course, to mention the offer as well. So the results were really surprising. This was like really, really interesting to see. For example, test A, I placed like here even the graphics in test A with the blank connection. So the offer proposition, the pitch was in message one after they accepted the connection. We got 30.4% of connection. So higher than in test B, where we did a connection with a pitch. So 30.4% of connection accepted. But only 12%, 12.5% replied to these messages. So we were left with a lower pipeline, with a smaller pipeline in test A. More people that entered in our network, but less people that actually replied to our messages, that were interested in our offer, and then that we put in the pipeline and eventually we convert in a second moment. The other thing is test B. In test B, instead, we had the connection request directly with the pitch. So connection request with a short message where we mentioned what was our goal, what was our offer. Well, as expected, as everyone usually say, the connection accepted were less. It was like 20% connection accepted, way less than in test A with the blank. But the replies were way higher, were 29.9%. So now the starting number is a little bit different. It doesn't change too much. It's like 500 for test A. It's like 300. Yeah, test A is 535. Test B is 378. Couldn't show you the example with the exact same numbers, as we didn't have the exact same numbers in the two tests where they were run. Like test A was then stopped earlier. But focusing on percentages and focusing on absolute numbers, even with these discrepancies, you can see how test B makes way more sense for pipeline generation. So if you want to generate pipeline, and like my suggestion is always test, because like your offer might be different. Like you might have an offer where this workflow is different. But general knowledge is, if you want to generate like a lot of connections, yeah, go for a blank request. If you want to generate pipeline, just state the purpose of why you're sending a message. You might have less connection request accepted, but you will have way more replies. You will have way more replies either at the connection request or at the following messages, because every people that will accept that message will be people that actually could be interested in your offer. And all the people that doesn't accept is actually people that is not interested. So this way, when we understood this point, we just went with test B. We kept pushing connection with the pitch in the first message, followed by message one and the message two, still with the pitch, but like every people that accepted knew what we were offering, knew what we stood for. So focusing on test B, then like the result in 3 months was this, like almost 2 million pipelines just from Heyreach and just from LinkedIn. So Clay plus Heyreach, 2 million, almost 2 million pipelines going through test B. First testing, test A versus test B. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Hope this was helpful and have a great one. Thank you.